Hello, welcome to GTS Frog Reviews, and this is part 2 of the iPad Pro experiment. So if you watched the part 1, you will see that I have an iPad Pro and I have a Keynote 8, which is equivalent to the Surface Pro. Doesn't quite have the same functions, but I thought it was worth it for this test. If you want to know more about the Keynote 8, you can check out my previous reviews. It costs around, I would say I set it for around $600, and I've been using it as a fully functioning laptop, so it does work as a fully functioning laptop. It's a 2-in-1, and just for verification, I'm going to show it to you. So here's the tablet. You can see the large screen, and here's the keyboard it connects to. So a few weeks ago now, actually last week, I was in Edinburgh, and you'll see this if you read the first part of this. And I walked into the Apple store, and I was impressed by the large iPad Pro. It costs around £1,000, which is approximately $800, I believe, or more. But I know in America it sells for around $800. And I decided to ask, what is the difference between this and the iPad Pro 9.5, which is the tablet I have here, which you can see right here. And they said nothing. So that led me to the question, why am I going to pay so much money for a large screen if it can't function as a laptop? So I decided to put it to the test. Whether or not you can use an Apple tablet, the iPad, as a computer. And I started by using this keyboard. Unfortunately, the keyboard I have here doesn't work so well. It is a Zag Pocket keyboard. It's a nice keyboard, but it wasn't working, so I decided to get rid of it for terms of the experiment. I've also written an article on this, which you can check out later on GTS Frog magazines. In overall conclusion, I'll just give you a quick overall conclusion. I'll explain to you why. The iPad Pro is an excellent device if you're looking for a tablet. It works very, very well as a tablet, functions excellent, is one of the best tablets. I've used Samsung Galaxy tablets in the past, and this is by way far, far more superior. Now, I don't know how it compares to the cheaper tablets out of China, as I haven't got hold of them, but definitely against the Samsung Galaxy tabs, it works far, far better. So I'm going to start with the basics. It has a lot of excellent things and it works very well. And it definitely has a strong percentage. But in conclusion, no, you cannot use this as a laptop replacement. It will not replace a laptop. Basically, some of the most obvious reasons are it doesn't have USB connections. The keyboard is not so solid. It doesn't work so well. It's not so sensitive. On mine, I definitely had a lot of Wi-Fi problems. And I definitely couldn't connect to the internet as much as I wanted to, whereby my Keynote 8 had absolutely no problems at all. Where it does excel, and you may be able to use it, is its video editing software is the same as on the regular Macs. So the video editing software is by far superior to anything Windows has. And for a tablet, this is definitely an excellent thing. So also, it's lighter. And you can carry it much more easy. You can carry it in your hand. You can add a Bluetooth keyboard, and it's not going to add extra weight to it at all. So that's definitely something that's really, really good. Also, obviously, one of the advantages is the App Store is better than the Windows Store. We know this. If you've used both, you know that the App Store has more options, has a lot more games, has a lot more software. It's definitely easier to use and easier to function, and the apps are made for the iPad, so it's definitely a lot easier. And also the updates. The updates are much smaller, easier to manage. They don't take so much memory. You don't need so much memory on this for sure. Obviously, now where it fails is it has a lack of a USB or a lack of a USB-C or lack of a USB or anything really. And it's not that easy to add one. You need to have an external plug and a different plug and so on and so on. The Keynote 8 doesn't have a USB port, but it does have a USB-C. And they do provide a USB extension, so at least you have that as an option. It doesn't have a mouse, and again, it's quite difficult to add a mouse. You're going to have to use an extension or find a Bluetooth mouse, and they're not so easy to connect, so it's a bit complicated. And as I said earlier, the touch keyboard can be temperamental, and there's nothing you can do to change it unless you add a Bluetooth keyboard, and again, that adds weight and hassle and things like that. And also, as I said, the Wi-Fi issues. So in conclusion, I think that if you are going to use it for light tasks, basic tasks, maybe video editing, use a little bit of Word, then it can definitely work as a computer replacement. But if you're looking for heavy tasks or you do a lot of work on Office or things like that, then I definitely don't think it can replace a laptop. And I definitely don't think it's worth going out to spend that much money on the large screen iPad, because it can do the same as this, and it costs double the amount of money. So I really, in conclusion, think that's a waste of money. You should stay away from it. I am going to do an iPad Pro review after this as a tablet and tell you what I think is great about it. I've had mine for around 2 years, the Keynote for 6 months, and I think they're both excellent devices. But still, as an overall everyday user, I would still take the Keynote 8 over the iPad Pro. Once again, thanks for watching this video. Thanks for taking the time, and I look forward to any comments or suggestions you may have. Thank you.